And joining us now for more analysis on the Iran war is Michael Pregent. He's a Middle East expert and former intelligence officer. Thanks for joining, Michael. Appreciate it. What are you seeing and taking note of most recently, say in the last 24 hours of the conflict?
Thanks for having me. Our main focus, or my main focus, is looking at what the IRGC can do, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. What can it do with its drones? We've seen them be able to effectively strike our embassies and oil and gas infrastructure in the region. But I'm looking at what are they going to do with their proxy forces in Iraq. We've seen threats against the U.S. embassy there. We've seen what Lebanon's trying to do. Israel is degrading their capabilities at the same time as conducting attacks inside of Iran. I'm looking for this to be the operation, Epic Fury, that doesn't make us have to go back to Iran again to hit their nuclear program, their ballistic missiles, and their leadership. So far, day 6, all the targets are being hit. We have control of the skies. Because we have control of the skies, we have the ability now to use other bombs that don't require standoff distance, meaning, these gravity bombs that everybody's talking about. They're equipped with JDAMs, they're precision strikes. They hit the target, and they're used against military targets. So I'm looking at to see whether or not this is continuing to be successful. It is, but what's the end game, right? I've been saying the day after the regime is a nice problem to have, because we'll be able to look at this regime and try to pick a horse in the race. We're still looking to see what horses are in the race at this time.
And when you speak about horses in the race, I'd like to get your assessment of the potential Kurdish involvement. Iranian Kurds make up a relatively small proportion of the total Kurdish population. They are, of course, somewhat stateless. But how do you view potentially arming them, the CIA's involvement?
Well, see, the Kurds would be limited. So it'd be in northern Iraq. That's where northern Iran and northern Iraq. I've been an advisor with the Kurdish forces in Iraq against Iran's militias and Al-Qaeda. Also an advisor during the ISIS campaign. We trust the Kurds. If we do partner with the Kurds in northern Iran, if Israel partners with the Kurds, they have a good relationship as well. It will mean that we will be able to have forward operating bases in northern Iran to be able to conduct, attacks without having to fly across countries to do so. As far as the Kurds taking over the government or taking over Iran, that's not what this is. This is about control of territory in the north, to be able to establish bases with a trusted ally that we've used in Iraq, that we've used in Syria, and now is begging to be used in northern Iran.
And one stat that was quite eye-opening from the Pentagon briefing yesterday was that 86% of the missile launching capabilities were taken off. Have you seen that trend continue over the last 24 hours, or is there any bit of Iranian resurgence in the last 24 hours?
So the degradation in the ballistic missiles and the rockets, you can see it decrease every day, and it's going down, every day. The drones are still the biggest concern. They take the least amount of time to set up. Individual strikes can take 10 to 20 minutes to set up. But if you have a salvo, or what we call a swarm when it comes to drones, that could be an hour to 2 hours. And what that allows is U.S. and Israeli pilots, and now coalition pilots from the Gulf region, to be able to strike the setup. It's basically a truck that has a launcher. The back of the truck goes up. It has 5 drones in the back, and it fires at a predetermined target. And if they can mass those together, they can have a swarming effect. That's the biggest threat right now, the drones. The ballistic missiles are going down, the rockets are going down, the leadership's going down, the nuclear program has been degraded. It's the drones, and that's the easiest weapon to use with the most effect. We've seen what they've been able to do to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, and the UAE.
And we understand that those drones have also been supplied to Russia and that they are quite advanced. Yes. What are the opportunities to defend against them?
Well, the thing is, they have a 30% fail rate just on their own. From takeoff, they crash. 30% of them don't make it to the target. 80% of them don't make it to the target if there's any sort of air defense capabilities in place, meaning This is something you have to shoot down with machine guns or Apaches. You can use expensive missiles to shoot them down, but you don't want to do that. The Ukrainians have taught us a technique. They basically put a 14.5 millimeter anti-aircraft gun in the back of a pickup truck, or a dishka is what they call it, and they listen for the lawnmower sound. These drones are slow. They sound like a lawnmower, and then they just wait for it, and then they just hit it with machine gun fire. They've been very successful. And Zelensky has actually offered to help defend against the Shahed drones, because the Ukrainians probably have the most experience at this point.
Very interesting analysis there of that lawnmower sound. Now, Michael, just in our last 30 seconds as we finish up, do you have any sense for what a tipping point might look like in terms of regime change?
Well, we're degrading the leadership, right? So the candidates now are becoming less and less popular. And I keep hearing that the Supreme Leader's son will be the next Supreme Leader, but I heard he was dead 4 days ago. So we need proof of life. We need to find out what's going on. A tipping point for regime change will be a significant IRGC commander defecting and starting to work with the U.S. forces and the IDF Air Force in the air. That would be the tipping point.
Very interesting. You would hope that our CIA has the ability to sweeten the pot and make something like that happen. Appreciate you sharing your analysis with us. Michael Pregent, thank you.
Well, thanks for having me this morning. Thank you.